Hello everybody, my name is Bright Rose and today we are doing a Warhammer faction tier list. Now, I will say this is entirely going to be my own opinion and it is not based on anything other than my general feel and opinion of the actual faction. Nothing to do with what I like on the tabletop, nothing to do with the miniatures and things like that. We are just going to go for the pure vibes that I get for each of the factions. So, well, we should probably start at the beginning here. Adeptus Custodes. Now, I really like Custodes. I love their background, I love their lore, I love everything about them. Are they at the very top for me? No. No, they're not. I'm definitely not going to put them in S+. I struggle to put them in S, to be honest. It's somewhere here for me, because as much as I love them and everything that they're about and things like that, especially the expansion you get in the Horus Heresy, I don't think I can put them in S. We're going to put them in A. I'm going to come back to them. Chaos Demons. Now, I remember when they made these a separate faction. I like them. I really enjoy the models, but again, that isn't about this. I'm just going to put them in B. Right, Salamanders, you're an S. Nothing needs to be said. Orcs. I am an Orc player. I have always been an Orc player. I love Orcs. For me, no, they're going in S+. I'm not defending it. They are going in S+. They are just my favourite faction. Raven Guard. I like Raven Guard, don't get me wrong. They're cool. I like their backstory. They're just... I find them forgettable. So... I'm going to drop them in C for now. They're not terrible. They are not terrible. But they're just not enough to go down here. Harlequins. I love Harlequins. I love everything about Harlequins. But they're not going in the very top. Another A. White Scars. I love you. You're going up in S. Chaos Knights. Okay, I'm gonna go with Imperial Knights and just talk about Imperial Knights quickly because we'll get to them. They're on the list. I love the lore of Knights. I love what they're about. I love the lore of Night Worlds and this noble sort of tradition. You know, they had to add Bretonnians into 40K in some way, and this is how they did it. Back in the day, you couldn't afford a Titan, so they introduced Knights so they could sell big models to you. Having the Chaos variant of an Imperial thing, because everything has to turn to Chaos, I get a bit sick of it, to be honest. It's going in D. It's not a terror enough to get thrown into F, but it's there. Tyranids. I love Tyranids. I love everything about Tyranids. They're not as good as Orcs. They're going in S. Death Guard. One of my absolute favourite Chaos Space Marine chapters. So, I'll put you in A. They're not on the S tier. They're definitely not S+. They're going in there. Space Wolves. I'm a Thousand Suns fan. So for that reason, you're going in D. Chaos Space Marines. Just basic Chaos Space Marines. You're going in A. You're going in A. Imperial Knights, well, you're definitely going higher than D, but B. You get a B for me. Dark Angels, you are one of my favourite chapters, but... no, you can have a B. Thousand Suns, A. I love them. They're brilliant. Okay, the Drukhari, the Dark Eldar. I always wanted to collect the Dark Eldar army. I never did. but I like them. I've got to put them in B, though, because I don't like them enough to make them higher. Because, yeah, there's just this thing about them. Nah. Oh, they're going in B. They're definitely going in B. Gene Stealer Cult. Again, they're cool. I like them. Praise the Four-Armed Emperor and all that. But, you know, you're going in C. You're going in C. Adeptus Sororitas. S. Iron Hands. They're so... Right, okay. Unless you're an Iron Hands player who really, really love Iron Hands, and all power to you, they're just so forgettable. If you were listing off a tier, or rather, if you were listing off all of the original 20 legions, 18 legions, okay, Iron Hands would be one of the last ones that you mentioned. Unless you were an Iron Hands player. That's just how it is. But I like... Going in B, though. Tau Empire. Do I? Look, I know it's a meme to hate on the Tau Empire. I hate on the Tau. And it's justified. So they're going in there. Grey Knight. I remember when Grey Knights came out. And I remember how obsessed people got with Grey Knight when the models came out. Those heavy, heavy metal models. And I distinctly remember the essence of superiority it gave to people over basically all other armies, especially Space Marines, because, you know, they were the elite. They were the best. They were better than Space Marines. You're going in D. Too much stuff has happened with Grey Knights to make me just sort of go, And yes, I know there's a certain amount of hypocrisy that Grey Knights have gone in D when Custodes have gone in A. But just deal with it. Just deal with it. Space Marines in general, your bog standard, common or garden Space Marines, they're an A tier. They're just an A tier because I like Space Marines are good. Space Marines are good. We're not going to talk about, you know, the difference between original flavor and the new shiny Primaris, but yeah, that's the thing. Ultramarines, look. We talked about how it's cool to hate on the Tau Empire, and it is. It is also a thing that hating on the Ultramarines is a cool thing. However, I actually like the Ultramarines. And if Space Marines, your bog standard Space Marines, are in A, the Codex pattern, the Ultra Codex pattern Space Marines have to go in with them. Because, as much as we hate to admit it, this is basically a tied together thing. So, yeah, Death Watch, you're cool, you're going in S. Astra Militarum, the Imperial Guard. I'm sorry, you are, and always will be, an S plus tier thing. You just will be. I have so much respect for Astra Militarum, both in terms of everything about them, and I think at some point we are going to do a what your Imperial Guard regiment says about you, because they just are. We might even do another tier list if we can get a hold of all the imagery for the various ones, but yeah, you are in S+. You are alongside Orcs to me. And if I could give a tiny little bit of explanation about this, I cut my teeth in Warhammer back in the days of the worldwide Armageddon campaign. So I will always be Orcs and Steel Legion. That is my founding base. Craftworld Eldar. Again, They're the original plain flavor, and frankly, I am going to lump them in B. Alongside their dark cousins. I just am. Adeptus Mechanicus, I love Adeptus Mechanicus. If you call them AdMech, you're wrong. It is Adeptus Mechanicus. Unless you can say it in binary can't, it is Adeptus Mechanicus. You're going in A. Oh, Blood Angels, straight up to S. My beloved sons of Sanguinius, you are up there in S. The only reason you are not in S+ is because, whilst I love you, Blood Angels, I don't hold you anywhere near in the same regard as I do both Orcs and Imperial Guard. That's it. That is the only thing that is stopping you being an S+, is I can't have you occupy the same tier as Orcs and Imperial Guard. That's just true. Necrons. Now. I feel both players and lovers of Necrons, two things not entirely exclusive, are split. Do you like pre-Dynasty Necrons, the original Catan-following flavor, or do you like the new Necrons? Are you old robotic Terminators following the Star Gods, or are you Tomb Kings in space? That's the difference. That is what I instinctively feel is the difference. However, I do love Necrons. I think their lore is awesome. I love the look of so many of the models. The Catan models especially are works of genius. And I grew up with just having the Nightbringer and the Deceiver as models. Also, those conversions of both the Deceiver and the Nightbringer, but particularly the Deceiver, into early Sanguinius representations were beautiful. I'm getting distracted. Necrons. They're going in S. Yeah. Conflicted. No, I'm putting you in S. People might disagree, but I'm putting them in S. But, yeah. That is going to be my tier list. I think I could mess around with it a little bit if I was really going to get down to it. I think it's a little bit too top-heavy there in terms of S tier. Some of those could probably just come down a little bit. Maybe Deathwatch into A. Could I do that? Yeah, that's Deathwatch. You can go into A. But yeah, that looks better to me. Let me know if you disagree with my selections here down in the comments below. I would be interested to hear what you have to say. But do remember, this is entirely my opinion. This is based just on my general feel, my general appreciation or lack thereof of the various factions in 40k. But yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I'm sticking to it. That's what we're going with. That is going to be my 40k faction tier list. Like I say, if you disagree, drop a comment below. Do drop a subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these things in the future because people seem to really like them. So yeah, there we go. Thank you very much, everyone. My name is Bright Rose. I will see you again. Bye-bye.